Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Fatin Nurul Atika binti Kamardin, and today, me and my teammate will explain the importance of ecosystem conservation for sustaining species to prevent their extinction. When we are talking about animal extinction, scientists agree that today's extinction rate is hundreds or even thousands of times higher than the natural rate. Extinction happens when environmental factors or evolutionary problems cause a species to die out. The disappearance of species from Earth is ongoing and rates have varied over time. Humans also cause other species to become extinct by hunting, overharvesting, introducing invasive species to the wild, polluting, and changing wetlands and forests to croplands and urban areas. Recently, an environmental report has revealed the Malaysian royal family is requesting permission from the Department of Environment for a new iron ore mine in the middle of one of the few remaining habitats of 15 threatened animals, including the critically endangered Malayan tiger. Alongside the Malayan tiger, of which fewer than 200 remain in the wild, the swamp forest is home to the Malayan tape, Asian elephant, sun bear, and 2 different species of leopard. We, being Malaysians, are responsible for their continued survival and existence. Therefore, an ecosystem conservation plan is needed to protect all species, including plants and animals, from extinction.
The most obvious reason for conservation is to protect the wildlife and promote the biodiversity. Some species cannot survive outside of their own natural habitat without human intervention, such as in the zoos and aquariums. So, altering or destruction of their natural habitats poses a real threat to their survival and resulting in a domino effects that harm the entire ecosystem. Furthermore, species that migrate and inhabit more than one natural habitat are also vulnerable. Therefore, preservation of these habitats help to prevent the entire ecosystem being harmed. All living organisms are in a dynamic relationship with one another. It is impossible for any life form to survive on Earth without the direct or indirect support of other organisms. In the jungle, a lot of animals depend on each other through the food chains and the food webs. For example, the Malayan tiger is a critically endangered tiger subspecies that lives only in the tropical rainforest of Malaysia. According to the Global Wildcat Conservation Organization, there are around 150 Malayan tigers left in the world. The IUCN Red List say there are between 80 and 123 breeding adults left. One of the major causes of Malayan tiger decline is forest degradation. Massive conversion of Malayan rainforest to the palm oil plantations significantly reduce the Malayan tiger habitats, which can lead to the species extinction. One effort they do to protect the tiger habitats with local law enforcement and help establish the Kenyir State Park in Malaysia, and hoping to continue expanding this park to encompass additional tiger habitats.
Of the medicines currently available, about 50% are derived from natural products. Of these 120 chemical compounds derived from 90 plant species are important drugs currently in use in many countries around the world. By losing biodiversity, we are losing the chance to discover new medicines that could end the suffering of millions of people and save national economies billions of dollars each year. In Malaysia, Acrylabra malacensis is widely distributed in South and Southeast Asia, and it is one of the 3 species growing in Malaysia that is facing extinction in their original habitat, which is the forest. According to the Malaysia Biodiversity Information System 2021, this species has been listed as vulnerable in Malaysia Plant Red List in 2010, and under International Union of Conservation of Nature (IUCN for short) as critically endangered species in 2018, which required specific conservation and management. Acrylabra malacensis, locally known as Karas tree, are hunted because of their ability to produce agarwood, which can be used in medicinal plants. Agarwood herbal tea was used to cure diabetes, high blood pressure, and gout. Other recorded benefits of agarwood tea is that it can strengthen the heart, curing fever, flu, improve sleep, for beauty, eliminate flatulence, constipation, asthma, and also for weight loss. Moreover, leaves of this plant species are said to contain a type of chemical called ganquin glycosides that it is capable of removing mercury from the body, which efficiently helps slow down the aging process.
Among the most fundamental roles of wildlife conservation to humans is to enhance food security. By protecting natural habitats from degradation and forests against deforestation, the availability of a variety of food products would rise. The reason is that wildlife conservation helps in research for promoting agricultural diversity. Habitat protection ensures there are sufficient and relevant natural resources for supporting agricultural activities, thereby enhancing food security. Despite the low figures in local production of food products, Malaysia is generally a food secured nation. Malaysia was ranked 28 out of 113 countries by the Global Security Index in 2019. All major foods are available sufficiently to meet the demand.
Biodiversity and ecosystem are vital for tourism. Coasts, mountains, rivers, and forests are major attractions for tourists around the world. Biodiversity and ecosystem play different roles in different types of tourism. All tourism, even in city centers, relies on natural resources for supplies of food, clean water, and other ecosystem services that ultimately depend on biodiversity. For most other types of tourism, biodiversity contributes significantly to the attractiveness and quality of destinations, and therefore to their competitiveness. For example, coastal water quality and natural vegetation are both ecosystem services that contribute to destination attractiveness and biodiversity. The tourism sector is already acting to reduce impacts on biodiversity and to support conservation. For example, some tourism businesses have set up funds to support conservation projects, and others encourage tourists to make voluntary donations to conservation organizations in the areas they visit. Implementation of sustainable tourism practices is helping to reduce pressures on biodiversity, particularly by reducing waste generation and improving waste handling and management, by promoting more sustainable use of natural resources. According to the Malaysia Biodiversity Information System, tourism is the second highest foreign currency earner for the nation, and around 25.7 million tourists visited Malaysia in 2015. Malaysia, with its astounding biodiversity and scenic natural environment, has been successfully promoted as an eco-tourism and nature-oriented tourism destination in recent years. For example, recreational diving is a high-value form of tourism that attracts tourists from all over the world. This type of tourism depends on the diversity of coral reefs and quality of the environment. Sipadan, layang-layang, and the oceanic islands of the South China Seas are considered to be among the world's best diving sites. The science of conservation biology focuses on managing ecosystems to prevent species from going extinct. Because we cannot protect everything, conservation efforts target particular species or habitat. A comprehensive plan is needed to conserve our ecosystem, species, and natural habitat. This approach often requires experts in many different fields working together for the common good. Management or conservation strategy involves specific steps being taken to help protect the ecosystem. Firstly, identifying the problem and searching for the possible causes. After those things have been identified, then a solution is formulated. Next step is often a public education to raise awareness, garner support, and raise funds for the proposal. It is important to conserve our ecosystem because it will encourage ecological stability and balance in the world. If humans fail to conserve wildlife and natural habitats, it would lead to the destruction of water supply sources, causing droughts and desertifications. What is more, uncontrolled human activities like deforestation and logging are known to cause negative effects on the environment. Thus, conserving wildlife means protecting ecological stability and balance.